5 simple exercises that could relieve arthritis pain. Are you doing them? Margaret Taylor is 92 years old, but you'd never guess it by the way she moves. Every morning, she stretches her fingers before knitting, lifts her legs before rising from her chair, and rolls her shoulders to keep stiffness at bay. While many her age struggle with aching joints and limited mobility, Margaret thrives. Not because she's lucky, but because she's made movement a daily habit. The secret? 5 simple exercises that keep arthritis pain from taking over. And the best part, they're easy, gentle, and safe. Perfect for anyone wanting to loosen stiff joints and stay active. Whether arthritis has just started creeping in or has been a long-time companion, these exercises could make a world of difference. 1. Understanding arthritis and the power of movement. Eleanor used to love gardening. The scent of fresh soil, the joy of watching her daisies bloom. Those were her moments of peace. But arthritis crept in like an uninvited guest, making her fingers stiff and her knees ache every time she bent down. She tried resting more, thinking stillness would help. Instead, the pain only worsened. Sound familiar? Many believe that avoiding movement is the best way to prevent arthritis pain. It seems logical. Why move something that hurts? But here's the surprising truth. Gentle movement can actually reduce pain, improve flexibility, and even slow the progression of arthritis. Studies show that staying active helps lubricate joints, strengthen muscles, and prevent stiffness from taking over. Think of your joints like a door hinge. If it's never used, it rusts and becomes harder to open. But if you oil it regularly and keep it moving, it stays functional. Your body works the same way. And the best part? You don't need intense workouts. Just a few simple, low-impact exercises can make all the difference. So today, we're starting with a small but powerful movement, one that helps keep your hands nimble and pain-free. Because, let's be honest, what would life be like if you couldn't easily button your blouse, hold a cup of tea, or grip your favorite book? 2 hand and finger stretches. If you've ever struggled to open a jar, fasten a necklace, or hold a pen without discomfort, you're not alone. Arthritis loves to settle into the hands, making even the smallest tasks frustrating. For some, it's an occasional annoyance. For others, it's a daily battle. Take Mary, for example. At 75, she prided herself on her independence. She'd always written letters to her grandkids, baked cookies for her church group, and knitted blankets in the winter. But then, her fingers stopped cooperating. The pain made writing shaky, rolling dough nearly impossible, and even holding her knitting needles felt like a chore. She feared losing the things that brought her joy. That's when she discovered hand and finger stretches. It wasn't a miracle cure, but after just a few weeks, she noticed a difference. Her grip felt stronger, her fingers more flexible, and tasks that once felt impossible started becoming manageable again. Hold your hand out straight. Slowly curl each finger toward your palm, one at a time, then release. Repeat 5 times. Gently pull your thumb across your palm, hold for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat on both hands. Spread your fingers as wide as possible. Hold for a few seconds, then relax. Do this several times to improve flexibility. These stretches may seem small, but they add up. Keeping your hands mobile means keeping your independence. Imagine being able to confidently open jars, hold hands with a loved one, or write a heartfelt note without hesitation. Small movements today mean more freedom tomorrow. Now let's move to something even more essential. Keeping your knees strong. Because if you can't bend and stand with ease, daily life becomes a challenge. 3. Seated knee extension. There was a time when Helen could stand up from her favorite recliner without thinking twice, but lately, every attempt felt like a struggle. Her knees protested with sharp pains and she'd have to grip the armrests tightly just to lift herself up. One evening, after almost losing her balance, she sighed, "Is this just how aging works?" The truth is, weak knees don't have to be a part of aging. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes people make is avoiding knee movement altogether. The less you use your knees, the weaker they become. And weak knees mean difficulty walking, standing, and even sitting comfortably. That's why seated knee extensions are a game changer. They gently strengthen the muscles around the knee, making movement easier over time. Helen gave them a try, and within weeks, she felt the difference. Less stiffness in the morning, more confidence getting up, and even longer walks with her daughter. This simple exercise improves circulation, builds strength, and reduces stiffness. And the best part? You can do it while watching TV, reading, or chatting with a friend. No fancy equipment needed, just your body and a willingness to move. Imagine feeling steady on your feet again, walking without hesitation, and getting up from a chair without that familiar wince. It's possible, and it starts with small movements like these. But we're not stopping here. Because if your lower legs feel stiff, your balance is at risk. So next, we'll work on keeping your ankles flexible. Something most people overlook but is so important for staying mobile. 4. Ankle circles, the overlooked secret to staying mobile. Have you ever stepped out of bed in the morning only to feel a sharp, jarring stiffness in your feet and ankles? That first step, hesitant, painful, feels like walking on bricks. And for the next few minutes, you shuffle, waiting for your joints to wake up. This was exactly how Janet felt every morning. At 81, she had resigned herself to the idea that her ankles were just too old to move the way they once did. She avoided walking for long periods, fearing that one wrong step would send her tumbling. What she didn't realize was that stiff ankles were weakening her balance, making her more prone to falls, not less. One afternoon, her granddaughter, a yoga instructor, noticed her cautious steps. "Grandma, have you ever tried ankle circles?" she asked. Janet chuckled. "Circle with my ankles?" But she gave it a try. Sitting comfortably in her chair, she lifted one foot off the floor and began rotating her ankle in slow, controlled circles, first clockwise, then counterclockwise. After a few rounds, she switched feet. The movement was so simple, so effortless, yet she could feel a difference, like a gentle wake-up call to her stiff joints. Within a few weeks of practicing ankle circles, every morning and evening, she noticed a remarkable change. Walking became easier, stiffness in the morning wasn't as intense, and most importantly, she felt steady on her feet again. This small movement increases flexibility, improves circulation, and strengthens the muscles that support your balance. And when your ankles are strong, walking feels more natural, reducing your risk of falls. Think about it. How would it feel to walk confidently again, without hesitation, without the fear of losing your footing? That's the power of keeping your joints moving. And next, we'll work on another area that holds tension, your shoulders. 5. Shoulder rolls. Do you ever catch yourself rubbing your shoulders, feeling knots of tension that never seem to go away? Maybe it's after a long day of sitting, or after carrying groceries, or even just from holding a book for too long. Shoulder stiffness is sneaky. It creeps in slowly, making everyday tasks feel more difficult than they should. Doris, 87, knew this all too well. She had always been an active woman, but over the years she noticed her shoulders tightening up. Reaching for a plate in the cupboard became an effort. Even washing her hair felt like a stretch. Literally. She sighed one morning, rolling her shoulders forward in frustration. And that's when she realized, rolling my shoulders actually feels good. That simple motion of bringing them up, back, and down released tension she hadn't even realized she was holding. She started doing shoulder rolls throughout the day, while making tea, while watching TV, even while chatting with her neighbor. Within weeks, her posture improved, she stood taller, felt lighter, and most importantly, noticed that everyday tasks didn't feel as strained anymore. Shoulder rolls help loosen tight muscles, improve posture, and even relieve stress. When your shoulders are relaxed, your whole body feels more at ease. And when you stand taller, you project confidence, not just to others, but to yourself. And speaking of confidence, there's one final exercise that will help you feel strong and steady from the ground up. Seated marches. Margaret, Janet, and Barbara didn't let arthritis define them. They took control, one small movement at a time. And so can you. Every stretch, every step, every gentle exercise is a step towards strength, freedom, and joy. Start today. Your body will thank you, and your future self will celebrate it. Keep moving, keep thriving. You've got this.